Hello, this is Tim Campso with TBC Action Coach of Indiana with our Business Spotlight series. The purpose is to interview local businesses and promote them on our social channels and email database. And the reason that we're doing that is because when all small businesses are strong and healthy, the economy is strong. So this is a free service that we're providing to help support local business owners. Today, I have the pleasure of speaking with Jeff. Hey, Jeff, welcome to the program. It's great to have you on today.
Yeah, thanks, Tim. This is really a cool thing you're doing.
Oh,
Appreciate
thank
it.
you. Well, hey, let's start with having you introduce yourself and tell us a little bit of your background.
Okay, yeah, my name is Jeff Conrad, and as far as the marketing side of my background, I started working in marketing in about 1991 in an IT company here in Indianapolis, and through that process of trying to work with graphic designers and marketing people, I decided I could do that myself. So I taught myself some pretty good graphic design skills. And then about 1995, I taught myself some web design skills, and everything goes from there. It's all either graphics or something related to the web at this point. So that's it.
Fantastic. Awesome. So, Jeff, tell us a little bit more about your business.
Okay. I started the business actually in 2001, leaving the IT company and starting my own business so I could be home with my daughters when they got home from school. And so I started Conrad Marketing and Communications in 2001 with the idea of providing comprehensive marketing services for small and medium sized businesses. Those places, very similar to a lot of your clients, that they do everything,
Mhm.
and therefore a lot of the things that they do either don't get done at all or they get done poorly. So most of my clients, my oldest client, I asked him what kind of marketing he was doing, and he said, well, we tried to get a letter out 3 or 4 years ago, but I don't think we ever sent it. And that's pretty common in small businesses. People are expert in their field. They start a business in that field with that expertise, but they've never run a business. They've never done any marketing. They don't know anything about their own sales, really. They don't know anything about the tracking, the things that you teach people, and they just need somebody to handle that for them. So I start out by helping them identify their story, define their story in clear, concise terms so that it's accessible, understandable. Here's what we offer, here's how we help you, kind of stuff. And then we create a marketing strategy. Marketing strategy may include, well, it will always include a website. It may include email blasts. It may include print advertising. It may include seminar marketing. It really depends on the client's products and the business that they're in. So we'll put together a strategy, a marketing strategy that says, okay, we're going to do this, 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 this. Here's the outline of what we're going to do. And then I take on the tactical responsibility of making those things happen. So I'll build their website. I will send out, let's say we decide we're going to send out an email every 2 weeks. I just design the email, show it to them, and send it out. They don't have to prompt me to do it. It might be direct mail marketing, print advertising occasionally, um, a little bit of social media posts these days, because that's marketing is really Chinese water torture, and every piece of this is another little drip on the forehead. So that's what I do, and I've had basically six customers. I have six primary customers now, one of which I've had since 2000 or since 1999, before I actually started the business formally. One that I've had since 2004, one I've had since 2007, one I've had since 2013, and a few that have come in over the last few years. So, and I have room for maybe to help a couple more small businesses. Um,
Jeff, what makes an ideal client for you?
Probably the person that I described to you, the person that is came into a business or started a business based on their expertise
Mhm.
and never really had any idea how to do anything related to running a business, marketing a business. Those are really good customers for me, because I prefer to just come in and take over that part of the business. Of course, I check my work with them, but most of the time they go, hey, whatever you say, it worked last time, so just go.
I love it.
So
You went,
some of my customers are a hydraulics distributor. who you've met, a wood floor refinishing company you've met. There's a company in Detroit that owns 18 buildings and office space for lease. That's a pretty massive thing to keep updated, with the website and the CoStar and the online portals where you can list their office space for lease. I've got an outdoor activities company, White River Canoe Company, and they have another business called Kotiwi Run, the snowplow, the snow hills up in Hamilton County, and then me through BNI, and I work with a phone company called Teleweb Tech, and I help them with their marketing and sales. So those are the people that I work with primarily, and one small grocery store chain of 8 grocery stores. Okay. Handle their website and email blasts and Facebook posts for them. So every client gets different treatment based on what they need and appropriate billing related to that.
Fantastic. So you mentioned the Chinese water torture earlier. I'd love you to explain that to the audience of
Okay.
Your approach there.
Well, back in the old days, they called it top of mind awareness, and it was so commonly used that it had an acronym of TOMA. And the top of mind awareness in the old days, with the testing they did on newspaper advertisement and direct mail and things like that, they said that it took 18 different discrete impressions before someone would create a level of top of mind awareness, so that when they need that service, they become the low hanging fruit and they remember you. Right. So think of the plumber with a refrigerator magnet. Well, somebody sent me a refrigerator magnet. Plumber sent me a refrigerator magnet in the mail. I took it out, put a picture of my dog and kids up on the refrigerator with that magnet, never looked at it, never even thought of who they were, until I walked into an inch of water in my kitchen one day. And then I went, oh, God, I need a plumber. And I turned around and went, there it is. Called that plumber. An hour later, they were over and fixed the drain, and they were my plumber for lots of years after that, So that's what top of mind awareness is, and that's what Chinese water torture, the drip, is. Just keep telling them simple little communications, not a newsletter with 10 things they have to read, because they won't read it. One little simple tip or a little information about a service that you provide, move on, hit them a different way another time. Might be telemarketing, leave a message, might be a direct mail postcard, might be any number of ways to drip, and you just drip over and over again. And strangely, it makes the phone ring and the email ding and keeps business alive.
I love it.
Do it the lowest cost possible. So.
Right. So Jeff, tell us, what's been the greatest impact that COVID has had on your business?
I felt the need, although I'm not certain how much the need was there. But when it first happened, I felt the need to lower my fees to my customers to make sure they survived, and they all did. So that's a point of pride,
Yeah, good for you. What's one? You mentioned the pricing lowering, so we've all had to pivot to figure out our way through the past year. What's the one other thing that you did that has had the biggest impact on your business that may be able to help others?
I was willing to do more for less. I really operate on the concept of enough. When do you have enough? Do you need a 2021 car, or is the 2018 that you've been driving still enough? Is it cool? Is it good enough? Is this house that I live in, that's nice and big and comfortable and well appointed, is it enough, or do I need a bigger house? It's enough. Everything is sort of enough. And when I have enough and I want to make sure that everybody else has enough, then you just keep planting that seed. You get a good harvest. So.
Yeah. I love that approach and perspective, Jeff. So here's an interesting question. It's been said that smart people learn from their mistakes and wise people learn from the mistakes of others. So what's one mistake you've made along the way that you'd be willing to share to help other entrepreneurs learn from your experience?
Oh, I've never made a mistake, Tim. I have made so many. I can't imagine how to even answer that. Um, yeah, I don't know. I mean, I obviously have made a lot of mistakes, but maybe I'm not smart enough to learn from them. But one thing I think that that I learned a long time ago when I was the marketing director for the IT company, I learned to stay away from the bleeding edge. That the cutting edge is enough. You don't have to be the first adopter, that you
Mhm.
can wait a minute and see how it goes. So every time a new social media platform comes along, an alignable or a, one of these kind of things, I stick back a minute and watch it and see what's going to happen. And, 80% of the time they disappear within 6 months. And if you put a bunch of time and effort into getting involved in that, there went that time and effort. If I'd lay back a little bit, I would see that some of these are going to live and some of them are going to die, and I'll just stick with the ones that live.
I love it.
Yeah. So yeah, stay away from the bleeding edge, but don't be afraid to be out near the cutting edge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, Jeff, I'm going to have your contact information so that people can reach out to you when they watch this video. Anything else that you'd like to add? Do you have any types of offers, or what's the best way for people to find out if you're the right fit for them?
Personal conversation, whether it's a Zoom meeting or I'm happy to meet in person. Recently, after 20 years of having a website that I maintained for my business and probably got 3 bad leads from it, I just let it go. All of my customers have come to me based on referrals, and that's fine by me. You know, um, I have a good set of customers that I'm loyal to, and they're loyal to me, and that's enough. So, if someone had really, a lot of people don't want to hire an ad agency. They see when you got 2 guys with a name on the door, and then they've got a staff of salespeople out selling, and then they've got a staff of office people trying to do the stuff for you, and everybody's trying to get rich. The pricing gets way out of hand really quickly. So I'm essentially a small ad agency of one person. I
Mm,
do the sales, I do and the fulfillment. You
right.
know, so graphic design, web design, and then all the related things: email blasts, uh, print advertising, direct mail, social media posts, seminar marketing. I love seminar marketing on services based businesses.
Hmm.
I love, because if you can get somebody to leave the comfort of their home and come somewhere, um, close ratio is really high on those kind of customers. They left because there's deep, they've got a tooth that's aching and they need a dentist right now. So,
Yes.
and some of them just show up for the free donuts. And that's,
Right.
but so yeah, and somebody who's looking for someone like me that they got one guy to talk to and everything gets done.
Mhm.
And several of my clients say that's what they like best, is that all they have to do is make one call and Jeff handles if it's a website thing, if it's a direct mail, email. One of my customers, I even sort of function as their HR department. Write all their job offering ads and post all those for them and things like that. So yeah.
Fantastic. So, last question here, Jeff. Tell us what's been most inspiring to you over all the craziness of the past year.
Um, Resiliency, the resiliency of a lot of people who said, well, yeah, we have to be careful, but we can still live. We can still have a life. One of my little side life is as a musician, and I managed to do about 20 concerts with my jazz quintet last year.
Oh,
Um,
fantastic.
while everybody else was locked down, we just did jazz quintet concerts outside and in various places, and had a lot of success with it. Entertained, I think we counted up 1,374 people attended those concerts.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, and they were all like, "Oh my God, thank you for doing this. We're so sick of being locked up at home." So, yeah, so the resiliency, of a majority of the people who, there are people who should stay home. They have enough challenges in their health that if they get this thing, they may go down.
Right.
But there are a lot of other people who are pretty healthy, and as long as you're careful and don't lick your hand after you grab a doorknob or you know kiss a stranger, you're probably going to be okay.
Right.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Well, hey, Jeff, I appreciate you sharing.
Yeah,
For those listening, if something resonated with you, please take advantage of Jeff's offer to jump on a phone call or meet in person, learn more about how he can help your business. I will include his contact information along with this interview. So yeah, please reach out to Jeff and see how he can help you so you can focus on the other parts of your business and allow Jeff to take care of your marketing. Hey,
right.
Jeff, it's been a absolute pleasure.
Can
Um,
I add one thing, Tim?
yeah, please.
I've known Tim for about 2 years, and I have 10 different friends who have engaged him as a business coach. And every one of them is succeeding a great deal more than they did before. And every one of them has a little more time in their life. So if my business were bigger, I would be engaging Tim, but a one man business, it's kind of, you know, I'm just a guy in a basement. Tim is really great at what he does. And he can turn on the fire hose or he can turn it back to a garden hose so that it doesn't so that you move it along at the speed you want to move. So that's my testimonial for Tim.
Well, thank you so much, Jeff. I appreciate that.
Thank you.
Again, it's been an absolute pleasure having you on today, and I wish you tremendous success, my friend.
Thank you. I appreciate it, and same to you.
All right, take care.
Bye.